Good evening. This is Ken Long from Tortoise Capital. I wanted to share with you my current setup for tactical trading intraday. This is the screen that I use to make my stalking decisions for day one trading techniques. This is the platform that comes with Scottrade Elite, and it's not bad. I've been playing with it for a couple weeks. And so what you see in the first column here is my standard watch list. It has everything that is on my current interest list, which includes a series of primary indexes like SPY, the S&P 500, ILF is Latin America, EWZ Brazil, XME, metals and mining. You'll see SKF down here at the bottom. That's double inverse financials. And then it will have a number of my favored large cap Dow 30 industrial type stocks, such as Caterpillar, Alcoa, let's see, HD, Home Depot, Monsanto, Lowe's, Hewlett Packard. It'll have some favored stocks that have emerged as a result of looking at a particular sector. Like I'm interested in commodities right now, and so I have on my list SLW, Silver Wheaton, NUE, Nucor, Steel, AXP is American Express, MEE is oh darn, who are those guys? A mining company that's oriented with coal. Their name escapes me right now, but it's LODE is a small cap silver miner with an interesting backstory, and so I've been fiddling around with that a little bit. There will be some double leveraged ETFs in here as well, so that if I'm interested in stocks, a sector, and I want to play just the pure sector. Right now, MVV is the double long mid caps. TWM is the double short Russell small caps. SMN is the double short material sector. Let's see if there's another one in here. Yeah, I think those are. I'm looking for UWM in here. There it is. UWM. That's the double long Russell 2000. So this list of about 30 or 40 symbols is about what I can comfortably manage during the day. Now, this high-low graph is a new treatment for me. I really like this thing. And what it does is it shows in a single, like a spreadsheet cell, where price is today with respect to the high and low of the day. So at this moment, AGQ, which is the double long silver fund, the ETF, a position at the very left-hand side of this cell where my cursor is would indicate it's trading right at the low. And in fact, if the last trade was at the low of the day, the color would look like EFU, only it would be way over to the left, and it shows as a very dark blue. Conversely, if AGQ was was at the high of the day, then this would turn a light blue. And so you can see by inspection on this dynamic bar where price is trading with respect to the high and low. It's a visual representation of what I basically set up over in here. I like to have this little cluster of bid, last, and ask. So if we looked at the example of CLF, the bid at that moment was 76.94. The ask was 76.97, so a 3-point spread. And then the last trade was at 76.96, right in between there. So I like watching that. And then just to the left of that, I like to see the low of the day and then the high of the day. And that gives me some numbers that correspond to where price is within the high and low. So a nice visual representation that gives me a sense of power and strength, and that's dynamic with each last trade. And then also I can see the numbers over in here. I also like to see now the dollar change, more importantly the percent change, and this is my default sort right here. I like to see the percent change day over day, and so at this moment AGQ was up 6.5%, Silver, wheaten, and silver both up 3.5% roughly. And when I sort by percent change, you can see some trends beginning to emerge. Like today was a day for silver and materials. So you had double silver, Cliffs Minerals, Silver Wheaton, Silver, Steel ETF, Caterpillar, Nucor, Metals and Mining, and Brazil. So that's sort of a powerful statement about the strength that we're in materials and basic industries and commodities. Now, I like to when I sort by percentage, first thing I like to look for is SPY, the S&P, and that's sort of my baseline of where the market is at any given moment. And what I would want to be in is I already want to own things that are better than SPY and are continuing to move. But by the same token, I'm willing to look at things that are the extreme of the intraday sell-off, in this case like EFU or SMN, and if I start seeing some evidence of a reversion to the mean, that would suggest this was an overreaction, and maybe there's some room for like a morning hook or a reversion intraday. So by sorting on percent change, I can get a real quick read on where the strength in the market is. I don't use volume that much. I have it as it's a default setting on this one. I am really focusing on things that are already very liquid, and so the differences in volume are not necessary for the way I trade. Now this last trade cell right here, this is a little micro chart that's embedded in here, which shows something like the last 20 or 30 trades and a general trend, and that is kind of that can be an indication of turning points, I suppose. The last size, the last trade, and then the last tick. I don't really use those last two columns that much, or the volume. I'm really much more about price levels and an intraday index. And what I find that this turns out to be a very handy little chart. When the market is open, you'll see if one of these numerical values goes up, it'll flash green. Red if it lowered as a result of that last trade. So you can kind of get a sense of where the strength is by watching the pretty flashing lights. And being a mammal, I find that very attractive. So this is my normal tactical display. The things that are on my radar screen, if you will. I'll have individual charts up for things that I'm trading or stalking in particular, and I can handle about 4 screens right now for things that I'm very interested in. I'm either managing or stalking for a specific entry. But this one keeps me in touch with the universe of interest for that particular day. So that's my tactical stream, and good hunting, and see you on the high ground.